wanted their desire for freedom, carried prayers from the pyre. The land that they had once loved, they required the touch of an immortal bringing fire. And I came, brought a new flame, brought them higher. The Greek-bearing gifts was a liar. They tried in vain to contain my fire, and they watched their city burn into. I tried to bring them fire, but these men still love the dark. Tried to build their tower higher, but their Babel fell apart. I tried to bring them fire, but these men still love the dark. Tried to build their tower higher, but their Babel fell apart. I'm Prometheus, I'm beneath others. Can you hear me scream? Bring me anarchy. I'm Prometheus, listen, Theseus. Time for you to learn to let the fire burn. Embers,
I know,
that's
shocking.
what they were left with to remember. The way I left their city in November.
Give me a second.
Icarus, you thought yourself a venture. You're
All right. Hi, everybody. We are not just chatting today. That's just what the screen says. But hello. It is awesome to be working on music today. I don't know. I was just feeling like, hey, you know what? It's one of those days. Might as well stream, right? Hi, guys. I know, for no face cam, kind of crazy, right? I guess I decided since like 3K, might as well, right? This is not a 3K celebration stream. I'm still trying to figure out what the heck I'm going to do. Robin has a pretty good idea, which is, or it's fucking Haru, I should say, has a pretty good idea in that I should do like like all of my unfinished works kind of thing. And I've thought about it. I have a lot of unfinished music that you will likely never hear. Either because I don't know how I'm going to produce it yet, or because I've lost interest in whatever it is that I'm doing. Like I have a number of dream songs that I'm just never going to write. But yeah, no, but that's not today. I will announce whenever I do that. So I promise. Yeah, I guess we should just get right to it. So I'm going to intro this with it's a work in progress, like serious work in progress. I have to redo a lot of the vocals. And I haven't actually fully written the song yet. I've only written a chorus, a pre-chorus, and a verse, which is unusual for me. But I don't know. There's something about it that's just got it. So it's called When the Walls Come Down. I was envisioning a lot of different things when I originally started writing it yesterday. Yeah. By the way, I wrote this yesterday or like 2 days ago. Like it hasn't been very long. I had a lot of things. I was thinking like the L'Manberg walls, but then I was also thinking like the walls of Jericho. Like, it's just interesting. So, without further ado, let me pull up main. I forgot to add my camera in. Hang on. I am going to fix this really fast. You know, you would have thought I would think of these things. Alas, I am just not that smart. Boop. And then camera. Where's my camera? Image, 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 image. Where is video capture device? Existing. Hi. I am big. I am no longer big. This is probably for everybody's continued safety and health. No, stop. I just want you to fit my little box. That's all I want from you. All I want in life is for technology to obey me. That was a joke. That is not true. Though I do feel that way sometimes. Okay, we'll call that good. Yeah, we'll call that good. Hi. Hello. Thank you. I'm so glad you like my music. Wait, do I have a roommate? Yes, I have 3 roommates. 2 roommates. No, technically 3. One of them is my roommate's boyfriend. But I do have a couple of roommates. Why? I can't hear them. So I think they're not here. Anyways, music. So this is When the Walls Come Down. I have to redo the vocals, but I will play this for you. So let me pull it up. built your walls of stone and plaster, too high to be scaled. You gave no thought to
I don't know yet. What is this about? I have a number of things that I think about whenever I'm writing. I was kind of thinking about the Lemberg walls, in a sense. The original ones before they were blown up by Dream. But also, I just think, you know, it's okay to do original stuff sometimes.
Listen for the sound of trouble. I know this is by your hand. When the walls come.
No! System overload. God bless America.
When the walls come down and the shadows loom, will you stand and fight? Will they be your tomb? When the walls come down and the gray wolves howl, watch the ashes fall as the trumpets call, and you give up the crown. When the walls come down.
Hey,
When the
hey, Puff.
walls come down.
What? That is an amazing. I don't know what it's called. Beat drop, build up, both. I don't know what to call it. I want to call it a beat drop, but it's not quite a beat drop because beat drops require like an up tempo-ness to come to them, and then they drop, and so it's not a beat drop. It's a bit of a build up and then a boom, which I really like about it. Like when I originally put it in, I didn't know how I would feel about it, and then it came in. I was like, ooh, that's funky. I'm happy. I am going to. Actually, I think this is safe to BIP for now, and then I am going to bounce something really quick. Regions in place. BIP, what am I calling this? This is called the bass guitar. This is a bass guitar. I knew that. Leave the source, destination, new track, audio trail and file, normalize off, bypass effect plugins. Yes. No. Yes. No. No. We can bypass them for now. So what I'm doing right now is I'm bouncing a MIDI file. MIDI files are incredibly consuming on a computer. That's part of the reason why we're having this stop like right around here. Because if you look, hang on, let me pull my mixer down so you can see. So this is the main workspace. So this is the main audio. Like this is what I sing. This is instrument 1, instrument 2. Instrument 2 is a drum track that I threw together. Like I threw together like a loop, and then I had the loop go through. So I had to create that myself and like put it in like to a specific program. But the loop just continues, and then as I change keys beneath it, it changes what instruments are being used in the loop and how the tempo goes. This is all piano up here. Actually, if I really wanted to make this a lot easier on myself, I should actually bounce this, which is what I'm going to do right now. Regions in place. Leave new track, piano, because that's a lot of MIDI information. And do not bypass plugins for now. So the instrument that I'm bouncing at the moment is a piano. I did play this myself. But it's a MIDI file, because I don't have an actual piano that I can record, at least not like consistently. And then we've got these, which I think I'm going to leave for now because I'm hoping that they're not going to be bad, but this is a guitar. Hang on. try something. So what I'm doing right now is I'm seeing if I can let's see if this works. Aha, that's what I want. Okay, so what I just did, and the reason why this is important, is because I just strengthened the power behind the pluck. By changing the velocity, which basically means that I change how hard the program is basically playing it. There's a reason why I'm doing that, and the reason why I'm doing it on that specific note is because it's the beginning of a new measure. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the time signature that I'm working in for this song is what's called 12/8 time. 12/8 time is a triple meter. And by, oh my God, sorry. I'm looking at, how did I write that in a day? Yeah, you haven't heard this one yet, Puffle. I haven't really shown it to many people. How did I write that in a day? I don't know. I just did. I think this is like a 3-hour session where I just kind of sat at my computer and was just messing around. So I'm working in a meter that's called 12/8 time. 12/8 time is interesting in that it technically beats out to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But it's not 4. It's in what's called triple meter, and what triple meter means is that the beat is split into 3 rather than 2. So whenever we normally think of 4, like I'm a nowhere kid on a nowhere road with a nowhere future and nowhere to go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Now I could split this beat. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm a nowhere kid on a nowhere road with a nowhere future and nowhere to go. A nowhere kid from a nowhere life with broken promises and even more lies. So you see how that still works? Now, if I tried to do that in like 12/8, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm a nowhere kid on a nowhere road. It works, but it doesn't quite. It would actually work more like I'm a nowhere kid on a nowhere road with a nowhere future and nowhere to go. A nowhere kid from a nowhere life with broken promises and even more lies. I'm a nowhere kid. So it would change. It would change how things work, because I guess you can think of it like straight marching and then swinging. So like skipping. One da da, or even I've heard people describe it as like ice skating, like how you go da 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 da. That's a triple meter. So this song is unique in that it's not the first triple meter song I've been working in. Ballad is in triple meter. Woe to the People of Order is in triple meter. What else is in triple meter that I've done? Poet Song will be in triple meter, so will Theseus, whenever I finally finish them. Let me think about this. I don't think there's anything else. Carry Me Home, which a couple of people will know. A couple of people would know Carry Me Home, especially Puffle. Puffle really likes it. Carry me home, carry me home, lost in paradise, but always, always alone. That's in 6/8. So I mean, I've worked in it before, but I mainly work in 6/8. I don't work in 12. 12 is hard for me. I actually, and part of the reason why I sat down and was like, yeah, I'll write a 12/8 song is because I'm actually working on one for my senior recital. There is a series of songs within a song cycle by a composer named Gabriel Fauré. He's French, one of the most well-known French art song composers in history. Very intelligent, died tragically young. By the time he died, he was deaf and he was blind. It was really sad. It was like a full on like Beethoven kind of deal. But he was incredibly talented. And he wrote a series of song cycle. He wrote a bunch of song cycles, but he wrote one in particular, and it's his last vocal composition he's ever written. And it's called L'Horizon Chimérique. I'm performing it for my senior recital, which is a huge deal, by the way. Senior recitals are like huge major deals for music majors. I don't agree with the practice. I don't like them, but I have to do one to graduate. And the first song is in 4/4. The second one is in 3/4. Diana Selena, da, 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 metal. Yeah, that's in 3. That's in 3. Although it's written like it's in 2, but it's 3/4. But the last song is in 12/8. And it makes no sense to me, and I'm like absolutely terrible at singing it. And I think my voice teacher wanted to kill me the other week because I just couldn't get it done. But anyways, so yeah, I'm working in 12/8, which makes things a lot harder for me. The reason why I'm working in 12/8 is because I want to get myself more familiar with 12/8 and singing 12/8, which is why I wrote When the Walls Come Down. I'm not gonna lie, I also just had that bump 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 just like stuck in my head for like forever. So I was just like, you know what, I'll put it down. Anyways, back to When the Walls Come Down, back to work. Cause you're not here to listen to me yap, I don't think. I mean, you could be, hypothetically. Hang on. And then I'm going to turn off compressor and all of this. Okay. You're fun. I need to do this really fast. Why are you doing this? Okay, why? I don't want to have to deal with this right now. Okay, how do I fix this? I am going to file, close. Okay, you know what? I am going to close out the file and then I'm going to bring it back really fast. Hang on. Going to intermission while I can fix this. So I can fix this. File. Save. Yes, please. Save. And then I'm going to reopen. Sorry. Sometimes my Logic does this where it will, for some reason, essentially what happens is that a program will not disengage. And so it just sits there and holds for forever. And it makes me really annoyed. Normally I can work around it, but I don't want to subject you all to that same pain. I love that bass so much. Yeah, I really like I really like the bass line. The bass line's a lot of fun. I like playing it. By playing it, I mean programming it, because I do not own a bass to be able to play a bass, which is unfortunate. One day I will own a bass guitar, and I will be able to play a bass, but that day has not come yet. Your walls of stone and plaster,
Oh God, that's fun to sing. Okay, compressor, voice, boop, and then let's see how that goes. Oh no, I forgot. I'll be right there. Sorry. Thanks, Cammy. Ah, nice going, Furno. You built your walls of stone and plaster, too high to be. Question: are you guys getting the weird crackle through that, or is that just me? Because my audio interface does weird things, and so I don't know if that's actual vocals or if that's like actually. Like, am I just hearing that, or is that actually a thing? Slight crackle. I'm working on fixing that right now.
So watch as foundations crumble.
Sure, I'm fine with drawings of me. Not a big deal.
Watch as they shift on sound. Listen for the sound.
You're getting the crackle. Yeah.
Trouble.
I need to fix that. I don't know how to fix it right now. I'm working on it.
When the walls come down and the shadows loom, will you stand and fight?
I think I know what's causing it. I just can't fix it until I get some equipment that's supposed to come in tomorrow.
When the walls come down and the gray wolves howl, watch the ashes fall while the trumpets call and you give up the crown. When the walls come down, when the walls come
Okay, that was good. I'm gonna have to fix that. But anyways, you will fun fact about me, you will often find me conducting myself. Luckily the camera obscures most of it, but I do actually tend to conduct myself. I'm a conducting major, which means that I conduct things. And that means that whenever I'm singing, I tend to conduct myself, which does not end well with me and my professors because they get mildly peeved with me. Conductor for now. Yeah, well, I mean, that is my life's ambition, to conduct, so. This song reminds me of Sally's song. I'm guessing you're saying Sally like Nightmare Before Christmas, right? Fun fact, I've never watched the entirety of Nightmare Before Christmas. I've never heard Sally's song. I know the opening. I know the opening to that movie. I know that this is Halloween. I know that. I know like how it goes. Like I've played Kingdom Hearts, so I know like part of the storyline of Nightmare Before Christmas, but I've never actually watched the entire thing. I've actually never really watched the movie at all. Now that I think about it, which I think is considered sacrilege, but I never have. I've watched Corpse Bride and I've watched other deathy things. I've watched Coraline, other like spooky cartoon things, but I've never watched Nightmare Before Christmas Discord marathon. Maybe one day. I keep meaning to bring movie nights back and I keep forgetting. Whoops. I've just been super busy. That was a Discord plugin. Yeah, that was a Discord plug. Come join the Discord. Somebody grab a Discord invite link and put it in chat, please. Come join the Discord where we have a lot of fun. We're kind of crazy and kooky, but I love you all anyway, non-parasocially. That is a thing. I should be good and like plug my socials, but I am legitimately terrible at it. I'm not great at socials. I'm not great at social media. I'm not great at any of that stuff. Yeah, no, not any good at it. Is there anything else? Holy frick, this sounds so good. Thank you, Puffle. I appreciate that. Chat's slow today. That's kind of nice. Gives me a chance to think. I was gonna add We need a mod for it. Okay. I will put it in chat then. Let me find it. Fernocord. Invite people. Copy. Copy. Paste. Haha. There it goes. I sent it. Sent in chat. There you go. Whenever that gets there. It'll take it a second to get there, but I did do it. What am I gonna do? I need to add something to this, and I need So the big conundrum that I'm actually coming up with right now is that there's something that I need to add to the chorus, and I don't know what it is yet. And that's part of the reason why I'm on stream, because I want to play with it. I have a couple of ideas on what I might do, but I don't know. Okay, let me pull out. What do we have? When the walls come down and the shadows loom. Actually, I want to test how this would work. Edit. Undo paste. I screwed that up. V. And the shadows loom. Will you stay? And it's doing it again. No. When the walls come down and the shadows loom, will you stand and fight? Will they be your tomb? When the walls come down and the grey wolves howl, watch the ashes fall while the trumpets call and you give up the crown. When the walls come down, when the walls come down, and the shadows there we go. Will you stand and fight? Will they be your tomb? When the walls come down, I like that. And the grey wolves howl, watch the ashes fall while the trumpets call and you give up the crown. When the walls come down, when the walls come down. Okay. Boop. Hello. Goodbye. You don't exist. You're not real. Never been real. You're not real. So get out of my mind. Anyways, sorry. Random. That's not the right song. Okay. And now we mimic it down here. I like having these here doing this. I'm not gonna lie. Makes me very happy. So if you don't know what I'm doing at the moment, I am currently extending this. See how I like that? When the walls come down and the shadows loom, will you stand and fight? Will they be your tomb? When the walls come down and the grey wolves howl, watch the
to not stick around for as long, I don't think. No, this is by your hand. When the walls come down and the shadows loom, will you stand and fight? Will they be your tomb? When the walls come down and the gray wolves howl, watch the ashes fall while the trumpets call and you give up the crown. When the walls come down. Now I'm gonna do something else. Watch the ashes fall while the trumpets call and you give up the crown. When the when the walls come down. I like that. I like that better. Okay. So what I just did was I deleted the back half of 28. I need to do that really fast. While I'm thinking about this, delete the back half of 28. Okay. So what I'm doing right here is I'm giving breather space. Because the guitar pauses, the strings beneath it finally resolve, and I believe the piano, the piano is still repeating and the bass line is still doing what it needs to do. So what I'm doing is I'm stopping the violins from going any louder, and I'm going to automate them upward. Okay. No, wait. Undo create initial automation. There we go. Which makes them come in louder here. Okay. Let's see how this sounds. Watch as foundations crumble, and watch as they shift on sound. Listen for the when the walls come down and the shadows loom, will you stand and fight? Will they be your tomb? When the walls come down and the gray wolves howl, watch the ashes fall while the trumpets call and you give up the crown. When the walls come down. I like that. When the walls come down. 8.6. So the reason why I'm being incredibly deliberate about what I'm doing right here, I have a few reasons for it. First and foremost, here's a bit of sound theory knowledge for you. I'm being really careful about what I'm doing with the volume adjustments because I don't want them to overpower everything else, which makes sense, right? But here's the science behind it. So whenever you lift anything about 2 decibel levels, that is or 2 points in decibel level, I should say, you are essentially raising the volume by 1. Now, if you raise anything by a factor of 3, you are essentially doubling the amount of sound that you are doing. If you are doing anything by a factor of 6, you're essentially quadrupling it. So what I'm doing is I'm raising the decibel level by 2 for every, or 2 whenever I want it to get slightly louder, but I don't want it to overpower everything else, because that is the only noticeable change that we can definitively have. One of my favorite things that one of my professors once told me, in audio tech class, my university offers audio tech classes, which is really cool. And that's how I started all of this like 3 years ago, back when I was a freshman in college, or university, for any of you who are British and have a weird system. Day. Sorry, making fun of my girlfriend. In a teasing and loving manner. What was I saying? So one of the things that my audio tech engineer professor once told us is that he sometimes he'll be in the booth and he'll be recording some vocalist, and the vocalist will be like, I can't hear myself. And the vocalist will say, and the vocalist will be like, I can't hear myself. And he's like, can you turn me up louder in the mix? And like, to him, it was perfectly balanced, because audio engineers, the thing about audio engineers, myself included, is that we mix to our ears. That's why like good audio engineers are considered like really good and get paid big bucks, because if you're a good audio engineer, you can make almost anything sound good. I am not, but I am learning, and I like learning. But does that mean I want to make a career out of it? God, no, I don't want to make a career out of that. I'd much rather be a conductor. But so generally, whenever somebody like a singer, especially a singer who's never done audio tech before, like if a singer like tells an audio technician, I can't hear myself in the mix, can you boost me? The audio engineer, he anyway, used to like crank the knob up 1 decibel level. And adding 1 decibel level to something doesn't create a noticeable change in the human ear, which is why he would do that. And so like it's imperceptible to the human ear whenever you raise something 1 decibel level. So he would do that. And then the singer would be like, oh, I like that so much better. Thank you. And he would sit there and laugh. To be fair, I was in class and I was sitting there laughing too. So like, yeah. I will make fun of you if you ever tell me that. Like if somebody were to ever like, I were ever to record somebody, I would probably sit there and like silently laugh and like turn the knob up 1 decibel level and be like, yeah, there you go. And see if they notice. Yeah, why me? Because you're my girlfriend and I love you. But yeah, no. Oh, also, fun fact. Because I am currently teaing. No, it's not tea. It's actually no, it's not hot chocolate. It's actually tea, not hot chocolate. I got this mug today. See, like it's pretty. It says seasoned yield. I really like it because it like made me feel like all like mysticky and ancienty. I had D&D earlier today, so I DM a campaign of my friends. Why are you holding the mug like that? Because I like holding mugs like this. Cammy, don't make fun of the mug hold. What kind of tea? Honey mango. It's white tea. Here. This is what I'm drinking. This is not paid advertisement. This is not anything. I should probably say that. Because I can make money off of this later. This is not paid advertisement, but this is the tea that I'm drinking. It's honey mango. It's white tea. It's from a company called The Republic of Tea. There's a shop in town that is a cooking shop. Like it's not like anything like super great. For any of you who don't know, I'm in a small college town. And by small I mean like our population is, when the students are here, 8,000. When the students aren't here, the population is about 1,000. And yeah, so there's this little place in town that's got like all of these quote unquote exotic teas. They're all fancy and expensive teas that, you know. I go to a university that is very, let's just say before 2012. So this was 10 years ago, which in academia time, by the way, 10 years is actually like a huge amount of time. I'm just going to say that right now. Like in academia, 10 years is a massive amount of time. Or not a massive amount of time. In academia terms, 10 years is not a lot of time at all. Like that's like saying like in the past 3 or 4 years, like normal time, but in academia, like that's like forever. Or that's not for, or that's like a blip basically. Academia moves very, very slowly. So 10 years ago, my university, 60% of its population came from the top 1% of top 1% of all like economic status, I guess, in the United States. That's over half of the student population. And then the other 40%, of the other 40%, 20% of those came from the bottom 60% of the United States. So that's 80% of your school population in some extreme of the economic social ladder. So you've either got like top tier richest people in the United States, or you've got bottom tier like in poverty, which makes for a really interesting dynamic. And while my school is quite different now, for the record, I am not in the top 1%. I am far from it. I don't talk about money or economy, or I try not to. Like, I'll be real with you guys about like, hey, I'm a broke college student. I don't make a lot of money. I try not to spend a lot of money. I'm not gonna sit down and talk about like my finances with people or anything like that. But I will be honest. Like I'm not 1%. I'm not bottom 60% of population. I'm somewhere around like 65, 70. But it's still not like that level. So yeah. So like the tea shop anyway has all these like really fancy and expensive teas. And my mom was here for Parents and Family Weekend, and I was incredibly sick. It was really, really bad. Like it was like full on like almost pneumonia, like they're not really sure, which is not good. And so while we were there, she took me to the tea stop. I don't like tea. I find that it's too bitter for me, so I have to be really careful about like what I'm drinking and how much I'm drinking of it and everything else, because I just hate the taste. But I like fruit teas. I like fruit teas a lot. So my mom took me and we found the honey mango, and it was pretty good. So I went back and I got more. It took up like a quarter of my paycheck, but I got more, which was nice. So it's one of the few things that I will like, other than like audio equipment, which this was a bit of a splurge. Hi, Kaylee. Yeah. So like I went. So like tea is one of the few things that I'll splurge on because I'm really picky about my teas. And they really help as a vocalist and as a vocal music education major, and as someone who tends to get sick very easily. They really help, especially with like throat stuff. And so, tea. And then there was, I was going to talk about the mug that I got. Right. So I got this mug today. Awesome little mug. It's from a place called Seasons Yield. If you're ever in the Rockbridge County area of Virginia, in Virginia, there is a place called Seasons Yield Farm, and every other week of the month they do something called Bread Day, which is where they invite everyone from the surrounding area or anyone who can make it to come, and they bring in like inflatable balloon or like inflatable like bouncy houses and things like that, and like giant like obstacle courses and slides, and they'll bring live music. They'll sell bread because it's bread day. They sell freshly baked pastries, they sell cider, they sell hot chocolate, they sell all sorts of like really good coffees from what I hear. I don't drink coffee. I don't like coffee. I don't like coffee, and I don't like tea. Shocker. But yeah, no, so Seasons Yield is really good, and today was bread day, so it was my first time going. I've been here for 4 years, and I have never gone to Seasons Yield for bread day. So I got dragged along by my D&D party, and we all went and got bread. They had really good, they call them morning buns, and it's like a cinnamon bun, but it looks like a muffin, and it tastes like, it's not quite muffiny, like it feels like it's got, like it's made out of croissant, so it's like flaky, buttery pastry kind of deal, but it's also got cinnamon and sugar, and it comes with this really great cream sauce that's like lemon honey cream. It's so good. It's like their number one selling item, and it was me and a first year. I'm gonna call him Derriere, which is his D&D campaign name. His character's name is Derriere because we went to Ireland this year, and he's a quiet kid, and so he was just like, I'm just going to name myself Derriere. And I was like, okay, fine. You can be Derriere. Bother me. My God, the other first year calls himself Eric Willtaker, and it practically kills me. But yeah, and he was great. It was great. It was really great. He and I left at like 9:40 in the morning. We got there at like 10:07. They had just opened. They opened at 10. They had just opened, so they had all of these things fresh and warm and hot and chewy and buttery, and it was just so good. So I wanted to support them, so I got mugga. I'm not a big mug collector. My mom is. My mom is a huge mug collector. My mom's got a massive collection of mugs. Every time we go to Disney, which isn't very often. We used to try and go a little bit more, but pandemic. Fun fact: I was my Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, like the Star Wars park at Disney, opened 3 days before my birthday. In 2019. No, in 2019. 2019. Yeah. 2019. 3 days before my birthday in 2019. So my mom took me. So we went to Galaxy's Edge right before the pandemic hit for my birthday for Thanksgiving break, which was awesome. By the way, that was a lot of fun. I had to beg my professor to let me out early so I could make my flight at the airport. I flew down to Florida, and I spent a week with my mom in Disney, which is a very good memory. Very, very good memory for me. I don't have a lot of, like, I don't know. I mean, I have good memories and things like that, but I don't have a lot of times where I'm just like, oh yeah, like, that's something I remember. And especially not from the past few years, but that one's one that I definitely remember. We brought back a mug for my choir director because he's huge on Star Wars. Yeah. Yeah, you will have to show me your mug collection when I visit. When I visit. You better show it to me. My ELA teacher wore a D&D jacket until my friend bullied him about it. It wasn't mean, I swear. Very funny, though. No bullying. We do not condone bullying on this channel. No bullying. Tisk, tisk, tisk. How dare you. I had raspberry pineapple tea once, and it was the best thing ever. Ooh, raspberry pineapple sounds really good. I like fruit. I like fruit teas. Fruit teas are really good. That's what the sugar is for. I'm not gonna dunk sugar in my tea. That sounds disgusting. Sorry. Anyway, I'm sitting here rambling, and I feel really bad about that. It's the danger of having a face cam, I guess. Now I don't feel as bad about rambling because you have something to entertain you, which is my lovely face. And my mug. Mugga. Put marshmallows in your tea. Why would you put marshmallows in your tea? Okay, but what about sweet tea? Oh, I'm about to say something sacrilegious because I'm from Texas. I don't seem like it, but I'm from Texas. I'm about to say something sacrilegious. I don't like sweet tea. Which Texans will roast me for. If a clip of that ever gets out, like there will be Texans that probably recoil in shock and then scream loudly. I just said I was from Texas. That doesn't mean that you know where to find me in Texas. I do talk about my home city a lot, but Furno, my love, you pain my southern descendant heart. Cammy is from Cammy knows exactly what I'm talking about. Cammy's about. I'm expecting like a number of really mean DMs from Cammy. But yeah, Tex Inferno. Do you have a cowboy hat? I do have a cowboy hat. It is. Where did I put my cowboy hat?
I own a cowboy hat. I own multiple, but I don't remember where I put them. Like, I even got one this year. I got one at Parents Family Weekend. Because my school does this thing called TexLex. Well, not my school, but the Texas Alumni Association of my college, which there's a startling amount of Texans in the middle of Virginia for some reason, do this thing called TexLex, and they give out hats every year to, like, all of the people who attend. So I have multiple cowboy hats. I just don't know where I put them. I don't wear cowboy hats very often. I wear ball caps, though. You will catch me wearing baseball caps or beanies, like, all the time, and I love them. And I have a newsboy cap that I got in Ireland last year. Cowboy hat, cowboy furno. I am from PA, and I'm not going to yell you, but for the pit in my eyes says sweet tea isn't the default. Birthday at Galaxy's Edge. Did you get a lightsaber? I did get a lightsaber for my birthday at Galaxy's Edge. That was part of my birthday present. My mom got me a lightsaber, which is at home. It's currently next to my bed, I believe, because I was messing around with it before I left, and I forgot to bring it with me. As a Southerner, I am surprised, but my dad also doesn't like sweet tea. Okay, see, I'm vindicated. Lafayette's Chronicles' dad doesn't like sweet tea. I'm vindicated. You know, not all Southerners have to like sweet tea. Use your cowboy hat as mug. I believe that is very unhygienic, considering the fact that there is lots of skin cells and dead hairs in my hat, probably, that I don't know about because they're microscopic. So let's put a kibosh in that. I love baseball caps. I love your newsboy cap. Yeah, you have seen my newsboy cap, haven't you? I'll wear my newsboy cap one day. It's like magenta-y pink, so it's on brand. I actually feel kind of bad. My first stream ever, and I'm wearing yellow. Probably should be wearing pink. We've lived in the Midwest for 10 plus years now, and we still drink sweet tea with every meal. Tennessee parents. Yeah, Tennessee is part of the South. Nashville, yeah, home of country music. I'm not a country music fan personally. I used to be. And there's still some bands that, like, I'll go back and I'll listen to. I like the Rascal Flatts, which is like country rock. But yeah, yellow is a secondary for no color, I think. Yeah, I agree. I mean, if you look at even like my just chatting screen, like that's orangey yellow and pink, and then like light yellow. So, have you ever listened to Poor Man's Poison? Yes. I think. I want to say I have. Hang on. Let me readjust. I am trying to get comfortable here. Oh. Yellow works. Yeah. Actually, fun fact in my Minecraft's username is actually Trash B Inferno. Not Trashy Inferno, because Trashy is considered a curse word by Mojang, so I can't use the name Trashy Inferno. So I go by Trash B Inferno because it makes more, because it's funny and it's a good pun. No, Trash Bee as in like Bumblebee. But yeah, so funny story there. Hell's Coming With Me, sung by them. Yeah, Florgo, Trash B Inferno. Yeah, bee. I actually really like bees. I love bumblebees. I think that they're the sweetest things on earth. I'm allergic to them. I'm allergic to bee stings. But that doesn't stop me from loving myself a good bee. Just not for a grade. Sorry. Ongoing joke. But yeah, no. I got 07. Mm-hmm. So, Day is a bad influence. Like, automatically, I think my girlfriend is a bad influence. Yeah, no. I now have hot chocolate. That's funny. I am imagining a flaming bumblebee. I feel like that could be, like, a thing. Like, a flaming bumblebee as, like, my PFP. I do not have a human persona yet. I'm hoping to have one soon, but but like that would be a fun little like flaming bee thing. Why do I have Oh. Right. Forgot about that.
Sorry. I am in university. I don't particularly enjoy it, but I am a part of a sorority. And tonight's formal, so everybody's asking me if I'm going to be at formal. I am not going to be at formal. I don't want to go. You need to get a mug shaped like a cute trash can with a bumblebee on fire and a Texan cap on top for your disliked sweet tea. Fell no. Okay, I can see that one. Maybe. A mug shaped like a cute trash can. I think that would just perpetuate the whole like Astros banging on trash cans thing. Sorry. Another funny little thing is that I am a huge baseball fan. I am not a baseball team. I cannot play baseball to save my life. But I love baseball, and so I'm a huge fan of the Houston Astros. I think that they're great. And Astros. What was I saying? Oh, and one of the things about the Astros that gets like brought up a lot is the fact that they quote unquote bang on trash cans. And because there was like this whole cheating scandal, and like the trash can thing wasn't the cheating. Like banging on trash cans to signal like what kind of pitch is coming, that's legal. But see, the thing about banging on, but like what wasn't legal and what they did was they were using technology to look at the dugout to see what the pitcher was going to actually be. Like there was like technology involved, and that's cheating. But like actually banging on the trash cans isn't a problem. But everybody talks about the banging on the trash cans and not about the technology, and I find it really funny that the trash cans are what gets called out the most. Anyways, funny little story. I think maybe it's just because of the ridiculousness of like banging on trash cans. Baseball song in the near future. If the Astros win the World Series, maybe. They've got to win the World Series first, which I think the next game is tonight, actually. Is the next game tonight? Let me check. Astros. Yeah, tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, which is the time zone I'm in. Okay, so there's another baseball game tonight. So if they win tonight's baseball game, which means that they win the entirety of the quote-unquote World Series, then yeah, maybe. I might write a baseball song. So for anyone who doesn't know how baseball works, I'm not going to go into like the structure of baseball because that's stupid. I'm not going to, no, nothing about the rules. Like I know the rules, but I'm not going to go into it. But I will say, like right now what's going on in the baseball world, if you don't know, is the World Series is happening. And the World Series, which I don't know why they call it the World Series because only American teams play. But the thing about the World Series is that the World Series is, so there's like this whole like postseason kind of thing, which is where all of the best teams get into brackets and then they all play each other trying to get to the ultimate championship. So you have the ALDS and the NLDS, which is the National League Division Series and the American League Division Series, because there's two different leagues and they fight each other. Or not fight each other, but like they play each other. But that only happens in the World Series. So there's the two leagues. And in the NL, you have a bunch of teams like the Dodgers, the Braves, the Pirates, the Padres, like those teams. In the AL, you have the Astros, the Yankees, the Red Sox, the Mets, the Rays, the Mariners. So you have like all of these big teams in the AL too. And so the NLDS, the National League Division Series, is where the two best teams from the NL fight each other or like play each other. The ALDS is where the ALDS like division series is where like the two best teams from their division. I should also say like everything's like broken down into divisions. So like there's the AL West, the AL East, like depending on your location. So like the Astros are in the AL West because we're on the American League, but we're on the western side of the United States according to the American League. So like we're in a league with the Oakland A's and a few others. So like in the postseason, we won't face off against the Yankees because the Yankees are the AL East until the championship series. So in the division series, you're only up against everyone else in your division, and it's the top two teams in your division. So the Astros played. Who did the Astros play in the ALDS? I believe we played the Mariners. We played the Mariners because we went to 18 innings with them in the last game. So you play like 5 games in the AL division series, or like in your division series. And then after the division series is the championship series. And that's where the top teams in the entirety of the league, like in the league that you're in. So that's the ALDS basically. That was the Astros versus the Yankees, which is a time-honored matchup for like the past 6 years. Like they're the biggest rivals. They're the team to beat. Everyone hates the Yankees. So the Astros versus the Yankees, like that's a thing. The Astros beat the Yankees. And then over on the other side, the Los Angeles Dodgers lost to the Phillies, which was a huge upset, huge deal. So the Phillies, who are the top team in the NL, the National League right now, are moving on to the World Series. So then the World Series is like both the top team from the NLD or from the National League and the top team from the American League fighting it out in a 7-game series. So this one's 7 and not 5 like everything else has been. And so whoever wins the most out of 7 wins the title of the best team in baseball, basically. And right now, that series is happening. Right now, it's 3-2. So the Astros have won 3 games. The Phillies have won 2. So tonight, if the Astros win, they win the entire series. If the Astros lose, they don't. Anyways, baseball. I am sorry. I'm going on tangents, aren't I? Sorry. I'm really bad about this. And I'm sure everybody's so bored. I'm sorry. Yeah, I tend to like go on tangents a lot. This happens. You just have to get used to it, I guess. More things to add to your mug. Yeah, we'll see about that. So, I don't even remember like what started this whole thing. I'm going to go back to music now. Anyways, sorry about that. I will be right back. I'm not bored for the last, as I enjoy baseball, though I can't watch my team here. Pat, pat, pat. Aw, thank you, babe. I'm glad that you knew I was going to talk about baseball. All right, back to music. Me trying to remember what I was doing. You built your walls of stone and plaster, too high to be scared. You gave no thought to ever after.
Oh, crap.
You thought they'd never fail.
Flaming bees.
So watch as foundations
I changed it. I'm sorry.
and watch as they shift on sound. Listen for the sound of trouble. I know this is by your hand. When the walls come down You build your wall when the walls come down. You burn. No. Nope, that won't work. I already did You Gave No Thought to Ever After. I need to write this. Boom. Bury, bury, bury me. Bury me in the rubble. Bury, bury, bury me. Bury me in stone. Bury, bury, bury me. Bury me deep in snow. Nope. That's a different song. That won't work. That's too close to Bury Me Deep in Snow. I'm gonna get confused. So for the record, the song that I was just trying to avoid is a song that's called Bury Me Deep in Snow. It's a song that I've been trying to work out for like at least 4 months now, and I can't figure out a verse for it. But essentially the way that it goes is, bury me deep in snow. Promise you'll let me go. 'Cause my hands keep slipping from the ledge, and my heart beats numb inside my chest. Deep in snow, let me go. Anyways, so that's like another song that I'm working on, but I don't know. I don't have a verse for it is the issue. I don't have a verse for it, and I can't. And if without the verses, I can't figure out an instrumental. So because of that, like I'm probably never gonna finish it. But yeah, I know. So like, anyways, what is this song about? Right, this song. That's actually really important. It kind of feels, I don't know. Originally when I started writing it, I wasn't really thinking about anything. When I started writing When the Walls Come Down, I started out with the bum 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 bum. That's what I started with. And then the bum ba da 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 that came next. And it wasn't until I knew that I wanted something, and then like the chorus hit, like in my brain, the way that I was writing it, and I got the ba da ba ba da 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 da. And I had been thinking, how to explain my mindset when I started writing this. I'd had a really bad day. I was feeling very emotionally vulnerable at the time, which a lot of my best songs have actually been written that way. Nowhere Kid. I was incredibly emotionally vulnerable when I wrote Nowhere Kid. That was a really dark night for me, and it ended up working out really, really well. And whenever I go back and I listen to Nowhere Kid, I think about that night, which is why I try not to think about Nowhere Kid now. It's actually not very healthy for me to go back and revisit that. I'm glad you all like it, and I love the song too, but it's one of those, like, I have to be in a right mood to listen to it, or I can't listen to it anymore. So I wrote, so when I was writing this one, I was writing very emotionally vulnerable at the time, and I just had this vision in my head of stone crumbling. And then I don't know, I started looking through art, and I was reading, and then I couldn't find any artwork that was like really inspiring me at the time. And then I stumbled across a fic. I'm not going to wreck it. I'm not going to link it here, because it does contain some sexual content within it, which I'm personally fine with reading so long as it's not like crazy stuff, but I don't want to wreck it here. But it was a fic about a TV show that I've been watching a lot lately called 911. And there's a ship in it. There's a ship in the fandom that's called Buddy, and it's Buck, a guy named Buck and a guy named Eddie.
Whether or not it actually exists, like, I mean, it's pretty queer coded, but the creators haven't said anything on it, although the creators tease about it a lot. The creators haven't said anything on it and anything else, but I was reading that, and there was this really emotionally vulnerable scene that expanded on a scene from the TV show. One of the characters, Eddie, is a former military person, or guy in the military, like former soldier. And he gets shot in one season. And I'm not spoiling anything, but he gets shot in one season because he's a first responder and sometimes things happen. And he gets shot, and it ends up triggering like this huge emotional breakdown in him. And so somebody like novelized the scene in fan fiction, and I love those kinds of fics where we get to see like the inner thoughts of a character. I actually write a lot of them. Do you ever see them? No. But if you ever like read my writing is very introspective, and that's because I like thinking about things like that. That's how I understand other people's emotions, which isn't something that I find easy at times. It's how I process. And so I was reading this fic, and I already had the melody of the ba-da, ba-da-da-da-da. Like that had already hit my head. And I heard in my head like there's this when the walls come down, which is like emotional vulnerability, right? And the shadows loom, like, you know, your fears, your darkness, your anger, you know, when the walls come down, you know, the walls that you put around yourself. Will you stand and fight against the things that are attempting to come after you, or will you get buried in them? Will they be your tomb? When the walls come down and the gray wolves howl, which for me, I like the imagery of wolves. I like them, you know, who are you gonna be when the wolves are howling at your door? Will you stand? I like the imagery of wolves. And, you know, I love dogs. And so for me, whenever I hear wolves howl, like I'm always like put on edge. And so that was the imagery that I was going for there, you know, and the gray wolves howl, like when you're put on edge. Watch the ashes fall as well, the trumpets call, which is a shout out to a story called the Battle of Jericho. It's a famous Bible story. Essentially, the Israelites needed to get past the city called Jericho to get into the land of Canaan, and so for 40 days and 40 nights, I believe. I think it's the 40 days story. They marched around the walls of Jericho, blowing trumpets until the trumpets sounded so loudly that the walls came tumbling down. So you'll often hear like, and the walls came tumbling down in the city that we love. Like that's an allusion to the Battle of Jericho. So you'll often like read like when the walls come tumbling down, or you'll hear when the walls come tumbling down, or things like that. So while the trumpets call, that's deliberately a shout out to Jericho. And you give up the crown when the walls come down. When you give up the crown, you know, when you give up control, because we have such, I especially have such a tight grip on our emotions. That sometimes we do have to let go of them, and so you have to give up the crown someday. And admit that you're not enough. You know, you yourself are not enough. You built your walls of stone and plaster too high to be scaled. Is it 7 days? It might be 7 days. The thing about biblical numbers, and here, Hi, we're back. Okay, so funny thing about biblical numbers. For the record, I am not deeply religious, but I know a lot of these things because I went to a number of different religiously oriented schools growing up. I went to a Lutheran school, and then I went to a Catholic school, and my family is incredibly Catholic. I'm not. But here's something that's interesting about biblical terms, especially biblical numbers, in that every biblical number that you see in the Bible has meaning. 3 is the number of perfection. 7 is the number of completion. You know, on the 7th day, God
made it good, or God said it was good and like stopped, right? It's the day that the world was complete. 3, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. That's the number of perfection. So you'll see like anything that's perfect, you'll see 3. Anything that's complete, you'll see 7. So like completing what they needed to do to bring down the walls of Jericho, like that's 7. 40 days and 40 nights. That's a really, 40 is, to them, that's a really big number. Same thing with anything that's 100, anything that's 200. Like 40 and above is considered a really big number. That's a really long time to them. And so to them that, Noah's Ark, like, do they believe that Noah was floating around for 40 days and 40 nights, like the original people who wrote the story? No, they don't believe that Noah was floating around for 40 days and 40 nights. 40 days and 40 nights, didn't it rain, children? It comes up with waiting a lot. 40 comes up with, long periods. Comes up with, it's the number of length. 12 is the 12 tribes of it's the 12 tribes of Israel, but it's also like it's also a number that has to, like, it's a multiple of 3, so it's important, and it's a multiple of, and so like, yeah. So anyways, numerology is like an actual study of the Bible, and it's really fascinating. I love numerology personally because I just think that's quite interesting. So, fun fact about me, I have a lot of information stored up here. Is any of it useful? No, not really, not unless you're in the middle of a Bible bowl, which I have been before. It's really funny. When I was in 8th grade, there was a Bible bowl competition. So like Lutherans are sola scriptura. They're like huge on memorizing the Bible, which I think is really silly. Like, you shouldn't have to memorize the Bible, but growing up, I had to memorize the Bible for a grade. Think about how much damage that did to my psyche. I have huge testing anxiety because of my formative education. And like everyone acknowledges it. Like it's pretty bad. But anyways, so like my 8th grade year, we got to the competition, and it was me and this other guy. His name is Matthew. He's actually a musician too. He goes by Saint Matthew, I think. He has like 2 singles out. He's signed with a record label. Like, I'm not gonna say much more else about him because he and I aren't really friends anymore, so I'm not gonna promote him on my channel. But like, he's the first time I talked to him in years was actually him calling to brag to me about being signed to a label, which was really funny because like I honestly didn't care when he told me. Like, I was just like, oh, that's awesome, congratulations, so proud of you. And then he was like, oh, all right. And like this was like after like an hour of me talking about like, oh yeah, I'm a vocal music education major, I'm a conducting major, I'm getting ready to go, do my student teaching, I'm so excited. I was just like, good for you, I'm really happy for you. I think he wanted me to be more jealous than I was, but here's the thing, like, that's his track in life. He can go do whatever he wants. I don't want to be a recording artist. I want to be a teacher. Like, that's my dream. My dream is to be the head of a vocal department somewhere conducting for the rest of my life. Like, I love conducting. I love programming. I love teaching. I love talking about things that interest me and being able to look at a student and say, here's some information for you. Go, take it and use it. And I love that moment when somebody's eyes light up because they've seen something for the first time that they never saw before. And that's the greatest joy. That's the greatest joy for me in education. Is that moment someone looks up and smiles and says, wow, I love this. Or I never thought of it that way. Or I love Eschenwalds. Or wow, this song inspires me. being inspired, I think, is what education should be. It's what education is. And inspiring others, teaching others, that's what I want. That's what I've always wanted. So, yeah. Sorry, me waxing poetic about what I want to do for the rest of my life, I guess. But yeah, so I have a lot of knowledge up here that tends to just kind of boop its way out. And there's no stopping it because it's me. Anyways, so, but yeah, so back to the original story that I was telling. It was me and this other kid. His name was Matthew. And I remember there was this one team. They were from, I think, a place called Trinity Klein, which was a school that was like the big bad school of all of the Lutheran schools, because they were the big school. They had all of the really wealthy facilities. You know, they had all of these wealthy kids. It's like my university, but like on steroids and for younger kids. And I remember talking to, or like, I remember like sitting in the waiting area for our first round, and I overheard one of these kids go, "Oh, I'll call it MLS. The MLS team isn't very good. Like, look, their 8th graders, or like their like really good person is gone. Like they're gonna be so easy to beat this year, because like we were the reigning champs. We came back the reigning champs, and I guess like I had just cut my hair. Matthew looked a lot different. Like everybody looked different at the time, and like, you know, 8th grade, 7th and 8th grade, between 7th and 8th grade, people start maturing. Guys don't mature as much, but anybody who's born AFAB tends to start puberty around between 7th and 8th grade, especially vocal maturity. But anyways, that's another topic. I remember them going, you know, "Oh, they're not the big bads this year. Like they're not gonna win. You know, their best people are gone." I remember Matthew and I looking at each other because I think they forgot about us. They were so intimidated by the guy who graduated the year before. His name was Jose. He was really good too. Matthew and I were better, but he was pretty good. I think they were like super intimidated by Jose. So then there's like me, like this little 8th grade. I'm still small, but like this little 8th grade. You know, at the time I was a girl. And I just remember smiling at them like, "Oh, okay." And then we walked into the round and we walked all over them by like 300 points, which in Bible terms is a lot of points. I remember at the end, I remember passing by them and I remember looking down, and me and all my sassy like youngness, I just looked at them and I said, "Too bad our ace is gone." Just walked away. Like between Matthew and I, the two of us had racked up each about 100 points. Like, yeah, we were the team to beat that year. And the next year after that, they had some other people come in who were really, really good. But like Matthew and I were like, we were the power duo. Look, man, I can be petty. I am the first person to admit that I can be really petty. Probably not as petty as I think I am, but I can be petty. It's like, you underestimate me, of course I'm going to sit there and clap back at you. I don't like being underestimated. Nobody likes being underestimated, which just makes it all the more sweeter when you come in and you crush the competition, you know? A lot of people look at me. I'm like 5 foot on a good day, about 100 pounds soaking wet. My best friend can quite literally pick me up and chuck me about like 10 feet. You know, I get underestimated a lot. You know, I have this high, tinny voice. I'm me. I look young. And so I often get underestimated. And then I come out the gate swinging. And here I am. Here's Furno. Right? So... I'm such a nerd. But yeah, no, so I don't know how we got onto that conversation. I just drink tea. So, I'm going to get back to it.
And this time I will change the screen. For your song, what if you added when night surrounds and stars falls, what will you do? Oh, because we were talking about Jericho, weren't we? Yeah. Okay, back to, I guess, talking about, like, the song. You built your walls of stone and plaster too high to be scaled. You gave no thought to ever after. You thought they'd never fail. You built your walls of stone and plaster. I really liked the imagery of that. Plaster is actually not very strong. It's a pretty brittle substance, and then you have stone, which is considered very strong. And I liked the dichotomy. It's kind of like this idea of you can build something out of really strong materials, but if the glue that holds it together isn't strong enough, then it's easily broken. It's kind of like that idea, and do I talk about foundations? Yeah, I do. It's like that idea of a house built on sand gets washed away, but a house built on stone remains. Like, it's like the you are the rock kind of deal. Like I said, I'm not big on the Bible, but I like biblical imagery, so I talk about biblical imagery in my music sometimes. This song for some reason got very biblical, because the Bible has really great imagery, I guess. So I liked that. I liked the idea of a wall being too high to be scaled, but eventually, a wall comes down. You gave no thought to ever after. You thought they'd never fail. So that's, you gave no thought to ever after. Like, you never gave any thought to what would happen if they failed, right? Because you didn't think they would. So watch as foundations crumble. A house is only as good as the foundations that you lay upon it. Watch as they shift on sand. Listen for the sound of trouble, which, you have watch the ashes fall and the trumpets call, right? So it's a form of shadowing. And know this is by your hand. So know that you did this to yourself, which is something that I've had to come to terms with over the past few years, of this idea of the hell we make is a hell we make ourselves. And some of that is true. Some of that. There's this idea in pop psychology of extrinsic versus intrinsic, and how we feel intrinsically in, like, things that are our fault. So, like, say I'm out driving and I run over a squirrel or something, and I feel really guilty about running over the squirrel. Now, I can either say it's that squirrel's fault because that squirrel was running in front of me and the sun was in my eyes, so I couldn't see the squirrel, and so the squirrel ran in front of me and I ran over the squirrel, which is basically like blaming everything in the world around me but not blaming myself. Then there's, I didn't see the squirrel, I should have paid more attention, I can't believe I didn't see the squirrel, this is all my fault, blah, blah, blah. That's intrinsic. Now, pop psychology likes to say, oh, we should have more of an extrinsic view and not an intrinsic one. So don't internalize your failures, essentially what they're trying to say. But what pop psychology doesn't think about is the fact that we as human beings, everything is a mix of both. Some things are your fault. Some things are a fault of the world. Now, you can't finish your test because the internet goes down. Right? Like, you're taking an online exam. You can't finish the test because the internet goes down. You're disconnected. There's no way to get back into the test. You can only take it once. It's already logged that you've taken it. You can sit there and go, oh my gosh, this is on me. I should have checked the internet. I can't believe I was so stupid. Now I need to send it, blah, blah, blah. Like, you can blame yourself for that. Or you can sit there and you can go, okay, the Wi-Fi went out. Like, this isn't my fault. And, like, that's good. That's healthy. But then let's say, you're talking to your friend and you say something that's, like, accidentally insulting. Like, you say, oh, I really don't like your, something that's like backhanded compliment or something along those lines. And then your friend gets upset with you, which rightfully so. Like, you're saying something stupid about them. And, don't be that way. Don't be that person who's just, like, shady and being like, like, that's rude. Anyways, and, like, then you sit there and you blame them. Like, you're like, oh, well, they shouldn't have gotten offended by, like, you see this a lot with people who are misogynistic, homophobic, racist, where they'll sit there and be like, I was just talking about this. They shouldn't have got upset over that, which, to varying degrees of trueness, I suppose. I'm not saying that, like, if you were saying something racist, homophobic, or otherwise, asshole move, like, actual, like, jerky move, don't do that.
And people have absolutely the right to get offended over that. It's when you take like statements out of context that are just like, or like you just don't like it, and then you're overreacting, or like clearly that person wasn't talking about this. Then it's one of those, okay, you got a little offended. This person shouldn't feel as bad about offending you because you took it way out of context and you took it way too far and read too far into it, and that's not what you should have done, which also happens on the internet. And I'm sure that I could easily get roasted for some of the things that I just said in like the past like minute and a half. But the point is, like, you can't externalize and internalize everything. Like, there's got to be a healthy balance. And so it's this idea of, but something that someone told me recently, like I was talking about somebody in my life who I'm not a personal fan of, but they made a lot of enemies. They did a lot of things that they shouldn't have done. They said a lot of things that were really bad. They hurt a lot of people, myself included. I have a really hard time trusting them. And I had somebody ask me, well, they're on their, they're here. Shouldn't you, like, forgive them and everything else? I'm like, yeah, I can forgive them, but I can't forget what they did. And I said, and I honestly don't feel sorry for them that they're in the situation that they're in, because they made a hell of their own making. You continuously be horrible to someone, then yeah, nobody's going to want to interact with you, right? So it's this idea of, no, this is by your hand, this is your fault. And this is a very introspective song. And whether or not, the person whose walls are coming down, like whether or not something is their fault, like, I don't know. No, this is by your hand. Like, I don't know. I don't know in the context of the character what they've done, because I haven't really decided what they've done yet. It's the dangerous part of writing a song like this, a lot of my songs some of them are character based. Don't Look Back, Don't Wait for Me is character based. Plenty of songs that I've written are character based. Some of them aren't. Some of them are based off of my personal experiences. Nowhere Kid, based off of my personal experiences, or some of them anyway. Soft is based off of a few of my personal experiences. I was going through a really hard time when I wrote Soft, actually. Arla Manberg, not so much. That one's just straight up storytelling. Ballad of the Lonely, straight up storytelling. The work that I'm doing on Woe to the People of Order right now, straight up storytelling. There's nothing there that I'm like, ooh, yes, it's just, so it depends. I don't know if this is a character or not. I don't know if this is a story. I don't know what it is yet. I haven't decided. I just know that it's very introspective, when the walls come down. So I need to think about, like, what am I going to write about? How are you going to write it? Cammy told me something funny. But yeah. So, anyways, going back to this. You built your walls of stone and plaster. Bum, bum, bum. See, this is really hard. Songwriting is really, really hard. I was like, oh, I'll go on stream and I'll think about these things and hey, why are you laughing at me? I'm laughing at you because of the information that you shared. And I think that that's really funny. Like, I just think it's a funny coincidence. I've actually been there multiple times growing up, because I used to play volleyball in a tournament league that would visit a certain place. So I was very close to you multiple times throughout my childhood, which I find very funny. So we could have met before we were even, we actually met. There's really, I don't know, until I finish writing this, there's not much else I can do to it. All right. Save.
I'm going to... Okay. I am going to switch my projects. And we will switch to something that I think a lot of you are going to be very excited to see once it opens. It's got a lot of stuff that it's gotta see, so... Alright, at least it's gonna... I'm not answering...
When your anger should be...
Oh, didn't mean to do that. My bad. Okay. That was really loud. That kind of hurt. I'm kind of in pain right now. Wait, who sent me a picture? KOE takeover commences. Oh! He sent me the pictures of me and the Triceratops. Okay. I'm going to post these to social media because I think that they're really fun and really cute and really funny. And I think you guys would enjoy the picture. But there's this picture that my friend sent me of me and a Triceratops. So I will post it on socials soon. But it's like me and this cute little Triceratops plushie that I didn't buy. I should have bought it, but it would have been like $30. And I don't have $30 to spend right now. But it's like the cutest thing ever. And then there's me just sitting there and like being like, me. It's actually like a cute photo. I don't take photographs a lot. I don't think I photograph very well. So there's not a lot of photos of me out there. There's actually a lot of photos that I've taken of other people. But I don't take photos of myself. Part of the reason why I guess I'm not very good at social media. You should have bought it. I didn't have the money for that at the time, Felno. I don't get paid by YouTube or streaming services until the 21st of the month. And so I have other expenses that I have to pay, like bills and rent and groceries. And I spent $20 on a mug at Bread Farm today. So, I could have. I thought about it, but... Maybe for my birthday, I'll go down and I'll get it. My birthday is coming soon. I'm really excited about that, by the way. Imagine being an adult. I know, right? Doesn't it suck? But yeah, no. My birthday is coming up soon, so maybe for my birthday, I'll go down and I'll go buy one. That might be what I do. Okay, let me update the main. Oh, cool. It automatically shows. Perfect. Or at least it should, anyway. Can y'all see what I'm looking at? I don't know if you can. There we go. Now you can. All right. Welcome to what I know as Woe to the People of Order. I'm currently working on mixing the back half of this. There is a lot to work on, but... Nope. There we go.
As I thought of your plan for our mutual foes, I stealthily went to familiar lands. I gathered my weapons and laid out my plans. But when the
No! Did it? It did.
child said me his woes, as I thought of your plan for our mutual foes, I stealthily went to familiar lands. I gathered my weapons and laid out my plans. But when the poor child spoke with frenzy I known, he abandoned my mission and left me alone. I gathered my hounds and made them devour the allies I once knew. Sweet friendships now soured and spent. Explosions rippled in mine as I cried. Bids my final goodbye. Say goodbye to the people of order. I hope your homes continue to stand. You'll never rise again. And
It's really the audio is really choppy right now. All right. Let's go all the way through. I'll give you guys a taste of what's to come.
Oh, violence does call me, I've answered
I have to re-record a couple of things.
I've made many enemies and settled my scores, but I did grow weary and I settled down, and I proudly bore the weight of my crown. I lived on my lonesome away in the far, where there was no violence to trouble my heart. I'd hung up my sword and I'd raised up my hoe, and I lied as I said that I ne'er would go. But came a cry from a man that I'd known, someone to whom rare compassion I'd shown, and so I opened up my door to the man who promised me blood and war. Oh, woe to thee, people of order, I hope your homes continue to smolder, and that you'll never rise again. Now leave me be and leave my friend. I followed him far to a distant land, where he had been exiled by one single man. His horns, they were wicked, his power was great, and you looked in his eyes and were swallowed by hate. He took me to shelter his humble abode, a pitiful cavern his comrades called home. He handed me bedding and bid me adieu, and I sat and I pondered on what I should do. For I craved violence, I craved to be free from the people who wish to control me. Yes, I believe in anarchy's reign, and I know that dictators only bring pain. Oh, woe to thee, people of order, I hope your homes continue to smolder.
Uh-oh. Yep, there it goes.
And pain. Oh, woe to thee, people of order, I hope your homes continue to smolder, and that you'll never rise again. Now leave me be and leave my friends. I prepared for battle, I hoarded and schemed, but I did not know all was not what it seemed. My allies unstable, their loyalty thin. Yes, we would have victory, but what would we win? The battle was chaos, blood, battle I hoarded and schemed, but I did not know all was not what it seemed. My allies unstable, their loyalty thin. Yes, we would have victory, but what would we win? The battle was chaos, blood rot in my ears, a chain of explosions. They looked up with fear. They said, it's a chain of explosions. They looked up with fear. They set up a leader and shouted fire. And I shouted and realized that I'd been betrayed. Is this what you want? Corruption and power? Well, I won't stand for it. This is my hour. Take on these beasts. I'm now just fire. If you think you're a hero, then die like one. Die like one. To these people of order, your homes continue to smolder, and that you'll never rise again. And woe to those who called me a friend. I fled until silence was all I could hear. The voices once screaming now hummed in my ears. The cold, it was lonely, but I was alone, and I promised that I'd not let blood taint my home. But then came a message from my only friend. Oh, warrior, hide or else this is the end. They've bound up my wings and they hunt for your head.
Shit.
It's a battle of fire, and some battle of those who called me a friend. I fled until silence was all I could hear. The voices once screaming now hummed in my ears. The cold, it was lonely, but I was alone, and I promised that I'd not let blood taint my home. But then came a message from my only friend. Oh, warrior, hide or else this is the end. They've bound up my wings and they hunt for your head.
They promised me justice, but they'll see you dead. They came to me with an armed battalion, held an axe to my innocent stallion, and said, now it is your turn to bow. See how the king has fallen. Now he raised an anvil and I've got to fix that. Fun fact. I've got to fix that a lot. Long may he reign. Boop, 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 boop. All right, which one am I looking at here? Option, move. No plugin. All right. So what I'm doing right now is I'm moving the settings down for all of these. And the reason why I have to do that is because I like the settings that I had for the original one that I was working on. Oh no, I'm getting the spinny pinwheel. Okay. I liked the settings that I had for the original one where it goes ba, ba, ba. And I really like that. I really like that a lot. It's so cool. And so I really want that moment to have a massive impact. And the reason why I want that moment to have a massive impact is because it deserves to have a massive impact. The entire reason why this cover is getting made is because of that. Because originally I was singing Woe to the People of Order to myself in my shower. Just like, whatever. And we got to this, and you think you're a hero, then die like one. And then my brain went, die like one. And I went, okay. So then I sat down and I started fiddling with it. And I went, oh, if you think you're a hero, then die like one. Die like one. To thee, ye people of order, I hope you're at home. And I was like, ooh, that works. So going back to this. Say goodbye. So there's 3 of them. There's die like one, and then there's say goodbye, and then there's one called that goes long may he reign. See how the king has fallen, long may he reign. That's a really fun one. I like how that goes. Deserves all the love in the world because it really is spectacular. And I don't say that lightly about a lot of things. I'm one of those people that I'm like very critical, but that idea is such a great one. Yeah, actually, fun fact. This version of Woe has bits of all of my songs. But it also has bits of every other version of Woe that's out there. You know, it has the original. There's one harmony that shows up that is from Cammy Cat's version. The oh, to thee, people of order, I hope your homes continue to smolder and that you'll never rise again. And woe to those who called me a friend. That version, like, it's not my favorite version. I have other versions that I like better, but that version has that really interesting change in the melodic structure. And I know the reason why they did that. It's because of the range. Oh, woe to thee. It's much easier to sing. Oh, woe to thee. Much easier to sing. So I know why they did it. So there's harmonies stuck in there somewhere of bum ba dum bum bum, like that melodic change. I used it as a harmony midway through the song. There's a couple of harmonies that you may recognize from Ms. Fish's version, but I did my best to stay away from Ms. Fish's version. As much as I love that version, for one thing, I'm not ripping another artist off. That's stupid. And for another thing, I'm one of those people, I want to do things myself and my way, which is the reason why I've worked so hard on making this the way that it is. And why I've added so much of myself into it, because I want to add myself into it. That's the point of doing a cover. So, you know, I'm not going to emulate Ms. Fish's version. There might be some nods to it. Not very many. So, here we go. Let's see how this sounds. They'd maybe promise me justice, but they'll see you dead. They came to me with an armed battalion, held an axe to my innocent stallion, and said, now it is your turn to bow. See how the king has fallen. So may he reign! An anvil and laid me below. They thought to crush me, painful and slow, but I did live and I did flee, and I put my pick through the butcher's teeth. Oh, woe to thee, people of order! I hope your homes continue to smolder, and that you'll never rise again. And woe to those who called me a friend. I returned from battle all tired and worn, and stumbled upon a poor child forlorn. He told me his stories, he told me his woes, as I thought of a plan for our mutual foes. I stealthily went to familiar lands. I gathered my weapons and laid out my plans. But when the poor child spoke with frenzy I known, he abandoned our mission and left me alone. I gathered my hounds and made them devour the allies I once knew. Sweet friendships now soured and spent. Explosions rippled in mine as I gladly bid my final goodbye. Say goodbye to the people of order. I hope your homes continue to smolder, and that you'll never rise again. And woe to those who pass again. Oh, woe to the people of order. I hope your homes continue to smolder, and that you'll never rise again. Now leave me be, for this is my reign.
Yeah, it's a lot going on at once, which is very Furno. That's a very Furno way. I'll do a true breakdown stream later of Will, because there's a lot to talk about. And I do honestly wonder that people aren't gonna like it. It's a lot going on. Like, Ballad had a lot going on at the end, but I don't think it had as much going on at the end. So I'm trying to decide, like, what can I get rid of to make it less, you know? And honestly, I don't know is the hard part. I really like having all 4 of the songs in here, because you've got Theseus, you've got Poet Song, you've got Woe, and you've got Ballad all going on at once. And I don't know. I like having the ending of Ballad in there because it's an ending to techno. Ancient one, lonely one, follow my power. Come to death when it is your hour. One life to live, lived on in my name. My angel of death, the pride of my reign. Like, I like having that there for techno. I think it fits. I like having that at the end. You know, some of the best comments that I've gotten about some of the comments that I've gotten about Ballad have been about techno and about, after his death, how much comfort the song brought to people. And I think symbolizing that and thanking people for that, for giving me that kind of happiness, I think that's really important, which is why I don't know. The only thing I don't know. I don't know what I would get rid of if I were.
Say goodbye to the people of order. I hope your homes continue to smolder, and that you'll never rise again. And woe to those who pass again. Oh, woe to the people of order. I hope your homes continue to smolder, and that you'll never rise again. Now leave me be, for this is my reign.
Yeah. I can't get rid of it. I can't get rid of anything in there. Because I really want to keep the, oh, why people of order continue to smolder. And, like, all of the different, like, there's all sorts of different harmonies in there. Actually, I'm just going to mute everything else and just solo these. Because I love the chord progression involved.
I really like how it builds. I really like how it transitions. It's very me. There's lots of suspensions and lots of resolutions in there that I really like, which shouldn't shock anyone. I'm a nerd for that kind of stuff. But yeah, so this is Whoa. Whoa. WOHA. This is Whoa. Whoa. It's Whoa. Okay, sorry. I had to make the pun. I'm sorry. All right. Whoa. Whoa. I know, right? So funny. I am such a master of funny. Okay. What do I want to do? I want to pull down these probably.
They'll see you dead. They came to me with an armed battalion, held an axe to my innocent stallion, and said, "Now it is your turn to bow. See how the king has fallen. Long may he reign." An anvil and laid me below. They thought to crush me. The king has fallen. Long may he reign.
There we go. Now that's not overpowering. Okay, so the issue that was there before was that it was too loud. This is right.
For your head, they
I do want to change soft though.
But they'll see you dead. They came to me with an armed battalion, held an axe to my innocent stallion, and said, "Now it is your turn to bow. See how the king has fallen. Long may he reign."
There we go. I like that.
Below, they thought to crush me, painful and slow, but I did live and I did flee, and I put my pick through the butcher's teeth. Oh, woe to thee, people of order.
So, if you don't know what those are from,
If you
don't know what this down, 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 and the war, if you don't know what those are from Arla Manberg. Arla Manberg has this moment of down, down. Alright, there's a descant at the very end. This is Arla Manberg. This is Arla Manberg. Down, down, down. And then there's a Nicky descant that goes war. This is war. Down, down, down. This is war. Down. Something along those lines. So those are from Arla Manberg. One day there shall be a Ferno Master. Oh yeah, it's there. I go by there. I do not go by she, her. I don't like she, her. I'm actually more of a gender fluid person than I am a non-binary person. But just because like I never know what I'm going to be on a certain day and I don't want to correct everyone all the time, I just say they. It's, yeah, just they. No, you're fine. Don't worry about it. I know I can't hear the word down 3 times in a row anymore either. And I will admit I pulled that from La Manberg the Musical. And La Manberg the Musical can come after me, but I song wrote for them, so I'm not going to say what I was about to say. I do love the musical. I think that there's a lot of really great people working there. I really loved my time in working there. I wouldn't be doing this without them. But yeah, I'm allowed to use down, down, down in succession, and I'm allowed to use snippets of my own songs. I will say, La Manberg the Musical, I do have a song that I wrote for them that I don't know if they're ever going to release or if they're ever going to use. But one day I'll show it to you guys when I'm not in fear of reprisal from Ian Has Opinions, because I don't know if he'd let me use it or not. I've been told that once the song comes out officially for the musical, like I'll be allowed to like mess around with it and do on stream, but it is a really cool song. I've been told that it's a really, really funky and fun song. It's one of my first
major songs where I was like really, really proud of it. And that was the moment where I was like, oh, I think I can actually do this. Like was when I did what's called It'll Be Ours. One day I'll show it to you guys. It's just not gonna be today. But yeah, so Down, 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 War, War, This Is War. Both of those are from Arla Manberg. Going back to this now, I want to make sure that it's balanced. And of course there's soft in there.
Now it is your turn to bow. See how the king has fallen. Some may he raised an anvil and laid me below. They thought to crush me, painful and slow, but I did live and I did
Much better.
bleed, and I put my pick through the butcher's teeth. Oh, woe to thee, people of order! I hope your homes continue to smolder and that you'll never rise
I wrote reality.
again. And
What did I write?
woe to those who called me a friend. I returned from battle
Wait,
all
what's
tired
reality?
and worn, and stumbled upon a poor child forlorn. He told me his stories.
Okay, this is Theseus. This is from Tommy's ballad that I'm working on.
Mutual foes. I stealthily went to
I was about to say, I didn't write reality. Pretty sure Media wrote reality.
Laid out my plans. But when the poor child spoke with frenzy, I known he abandoned the mission and left me alone. I gathered my hounds and made them devour the allies I once knew. Sweet friendships now soured and spent. Explosions I've made mine. As I cried, bid my final goodbye. Say goodbye.
And that's too loud.
People of order, I hope
That's
your
not balanced.
homes
I forgot to
continue
balance
to smother and that you'll never rise again. And woe to those who pass again. Oh, woe to thee, people of order, I hope your homes continue to smolder and that you'll never rise again. Now leave me be, for this is my end.
Okay. That'll work for now. I can't do any heavy editing right now. So I'll save this. What else do I want to look at? File, open recent. What else do I have? Haunted. That's funny. Is Icarus. Close. Save. I haven't shown Icarus on stream in forever. You guys are just going through like all of like Furno's like weird library that they've been working on. Actually, where's Arla Manberg 2? I might pull that up. This is Arla Manberg. I know I have a second version of Arla Manberg that I have never shown anyone. I've never shown that to anyone, like ever. So I don't know, I may pull that out. I'm waiting for my computer to load. There is a second version of Arla Manberg. So there was a point in time where I'm not going to do it now. I'm probably never going to do it. I'm definitely probably never going to actually finish it. But there is a version of Arla Manberg that's out there in the wild of Furno's like stuff. There that I've never shown anyone. That I've never released. I don't think it's here. I don't think it is. Hang on, let me see if I can find it on my other computer. Where is my other computer? I will be right back. Where's my computer? Oh, it's out on the kitchen table. I'm back. Hang on. Wild Arla Manberg Pokemon battle commences. Haha, very funny. But yeah, no, there's another version of Arla Manberg that's out there, somewhere in the realm of my computer. So let me find it. Manberg. Is it this one? I have part 2. I actually wrote a sequel to Arla Manberg 2 that I've never shown anyone either. It's a lot slower, it's more somber. We were down, we were out of the fight. Our armor wasn't enough, and maybe we weren't in the right. But the flares went up, we took our sides, Wilbur or Schleit. One man had to die. It was a battle of wills. It was a battle of fire, a battle of strength, and one man a liar. We aimed and we fired. We took our shots. We kicked up dust. We made you remember us. We fought to make this country free through battle scars and family. The war was long, the fight was rough. Withers howled and the crows came to laugh at us when bombs lit the blood-red skies the day that Arla Manberg died. The day that Arla Manberg died. It died. The day that the revolution died. It died. The flame of the revolution died. It died. The flame of the revolution died. Anyways, so I did write a sequel to Arla Manberg. That I also will probably never release. I want to, but I can't. Oh, bye, Felno. I don't know. I may release it someday, but I'm not counting on it. Hang on. Gotta pull away my laptop. I forgot. Okay, so I started working on the Arla Manberg redo, which is what I called it, Redux, basically. Way back when I was, like, it was the beginning of, towards the end of my junior year of college. Like, so back then I didn't have an iMac, which was gifted to me by a lovely and amazing human being named It's Fucking Haru. Go find him on Twitch. He's awesome and incredible, and he's such a fun streamer. Good friend of mine, really great, wholesome, funny content. I love hanging out with him, and I love talking with him. Ooh, okay, cool. I have received the file. The file is here. All right, it's loading. I will show it when it's loaded. I don't have serum. Okay. I don't have serum on this computer. I'll have to fix that. I don't even know what serum was running for that. Okay, hang on. Main. Oh, here we go. Okay, so that's what it is. That's on complete control. That's serum. Okay. Mute. I don't know what these are. No, that's not it. It's this one. I'll have to figure out what that is later. You may think we're down. So I sped it up first and foremost. You may think we're out of the fight. You may think the armor's not enough. I also took it up. You may think we're not in the right. But even as the flare goes up and people pick a side, his or ours, are you willing to die? The proof is in the spirit, in the heart, in the soul. Are you ready? Ready to go. It's a battle of wills, it's a battle of fire, it's a battle of strength and your heart's desire. Get ready for the fight, pick up your sword. This is ours, this is ours. Ready, aim, fire, take the shot. Make one last jab, kick it up a notch. This is our fight, this is our war, our chance to reclaim what's ours. This is Arla Manberg, this is Arla Manberg, this is Arla Manberg. We pray, we learn, we gather what we need.
We stumble and we tweak, we repair, we repeat. Pucktopia spirit can't be beat. And even as the fires rage, a member takes a stand. A Schlatt attacks, dream at his command. The trick is in believing in ourselves and our men. And again, and again. It's a battle of wills, it's a battle of fire. It's a battle of strength and your heart's desire. Get ready for the fight,
Hey Carrie,
sharpen
welcome
your
back.
sword. This
I'm
is
showing
ours.
them the
This is
Arla Manberg
ours.
radio that I was
Ready,
going to do
aim,
like
fire.
forever and a
Take
lifetime
the
ago
shot.
that I just
Make
decided
one
I was
last
never going to
shot.
finish.
Kick it up a notch. This is our fight. This is our war. Our chance to reclaim what's ours. This is Arla Manberg. This is Arla Manberg. This is Arla Manberg. Arla Manberg. I see history repeat. It won't repeat. You can always have a spy on the inside. No idea where they stand. It's gonna be a blowout. It's gonna be a bore. Giving shot a chance isn't too much of a chore. You're never right here, so never right there, and things just seem a little more fair. It's a battle of wills. It's a battle of fire. It's a battle of strength and your heart's desire. Get ready for the fight, the clashing of swords. This is ours. This is ours. Ready, aim, fire. Take the shot. Make one last jab. Kick it up a notch. This is our fight. This is our war. Our chance to reclaim what's ours. This is Arla Manberg. This is Arla Manberg. This is Arla Manberg. Arla Manberg. This is Arla Manberg. This is Arla Manberg. This is Arla Manberg. Our chance to take back Arla Manberg. This is Arla Manberg. It's about this strength and your heart's desire. Get ready for the fight. Take back what's ours. This is ours. This is ours. It's a battle of wills. It's a battle of fire. It's a battle of strength and your heart's desire. Get ready for the fight. This is ours. This is ours. This is ours. It's a battle of wills. It's a battle of fire. It's a battle of strength and your heart's desire. Get ready for the fight. This is ours. This is ours. This is ours. It's a battle of wills. It's a battle of fire. It's a battle of strength and your heart's desire. Get ready for the fight. This is ours. This is ours. This is ours. This is my remembrance. Never this is my remembrance. This is my remembrance. Never my remembrance.
All right, let's break this down because I have time and patience, and yeah, I feel like it. So, funny story about how this ended up working out. You have all of these. So, you might be wondering, Ferno, what the heck is all of this? And I can only tell you that this is basically, I wrote all of this before I realized how to condense stuff the way that I needed to actually turn it all into anything. So let's create a track stack here. Folder stack. Cool. And we'll name this drums. Because that's essentially what they are. These are all entirely just drum hits. Hang on. So this, yeah, those are all individual drum hits. See. And then it goes back to that. And then we get to here. Oh, you can't see it? What? Shit. Sorry. Hang on. There we go. Sorry. Anyways, these are all drum tracks that we're looking at right now. Like, these are all individual hits. This was before I realized, like, how you could do things. So these are all just individual hits that I put together. Anyways, so that's all just drum. So let's have fun with this, shall we? What is this that's currently?
Heart's desire, get ready for the fight. Pick up your sword.
What was this originally before I screwed it all up? Okay. Instruments. Let's have some fun here. Let's see what session strings does. And let's do ensemble mod. Razor. This will work well. Let's see what this is.
This is ours, this is ours. Ready, aim, fire, take the shot. Make one last jab, kick it up a notch. This is our fight, this is our war. Our chance to reclaim what's ours. This is our Manberg. This is our Manberg. This is our Manberg. We pray, we learn, we gather what we need. We stumble and we tweak, we repair, we repeat. Puctopia's spirit can't be beat. And even as the fires rage, a Manberg takes a stand. A Schlatt attacks, dream it is command. The trick is in believing in ourselves, in our men. And again, it's a battle of wills, it's a battle of fire. It's a battle of strength and your heart's desire. Get ready for the fight, sharpen your sword. This is ours, this is ours. Ready, aim, fire, take the shot. Make one last jab, kick it up a notch. This is our fight, this is our war. Our chance to reclaim what's ours. This is our Manberg. This is our Manberg. This is our Manberg. A battle of strength.
I'm just playing around right now.
Desire. Get ready for the fight. Pick up your sword. This is ours. This is ours. Ready, aim, fire. Take the shot. Make one last jab. Kick it up a notch. This is our fight. This is our war. Our chance to reclaim what's ours. This is our Manberg. This is our Manberg. This is our Manberg. We pray, we learn, we gather what we need. We stumble and we tweak, we repair, we repeat. Puctopia's spirit can't be beat. And even as the fires rage, a Manberg takes a stand. A Schlatt attacks, dream at his command. The trick is in believing in ourselves, in our men. And again, it's a battle of wills, it's a battle of fire. It's a battle of strength and your heart's desire. Get ready for the fight, sharpen your sword. This is ours, this is ours. Ready, aim, fire, take the shot. Make one last jab, kick it up a notch. This is our fight,
I don't have that
this
down.
is our war. Our chance to reclaim what's ours. This is our Manberg. This is our Manberg. This is our Manberg. Our Manberg. I see history repeat. It won't repeat. A revolution. You can always have a spy on the inside. Have no idea where they stand. It's gonna be a blowout. It's gonna be a bore. Giving Schlatt a chance isn't too much of a chore. You're never right here, there's another right there, and things just seem a little more fair. I see history repeat. It won't repeat. A revolution. You can always have a spy on the inside. No idea where they stand. It's gonna be a blowout. It's gonna be a bore. Giving Schlatt a chance isn't too much of a chore. You're never right here, there's another right there, and things just seem a little more fair. It's a battle of wills. It's a battle of fire. I see history repeat. It won't repeat. A revolution. You can always have a spy on the inside. No idea where they stand. It's gonna be a blowout. It's gonna be a bore. Giving Schlatt a chance isn't too much of a chore. You're never right here, there's another right there, and things just seem a little more.
That'll work better.
It's gonna be a blowout. It's gonna be a bore. Give a shot a chance isn't too much of a chore. You're there right here, there's another right there, and things just seem a little more fair. It's a battle of wills. It's a battle. I see history repeat. It won't repeat. A revolution always have a spy on the inside. No idea where they stand. Down on it's gonna be a blowout. It's gonna be a bore. Give a shot a chance isn't too much of a chore. You're there right here. I see history repeat. It won't repeat. A revolution always have a spy on the inside. No idea where they stand. Down on shot a chance isn't too much of a chore. You're there right here, there's another right there, and things just seem a little more fair. It's a battle of wills, it's a battle. I see history repeat. A revolution always have a spy on the inside. No idea where they stand. Down on it's gonna be a blowout. It's gonna be a bore. Give a shot a chance isn't too much of a chore. You're there right here, there's another right there. Things just seem a little more. I see history repeat. It won't repeat. A revolution always have a spy on the inside. No idea where they stand. Down on it's gonna be a blowout. It's gonna be a bore. Give a shot a chance isn't too much of a chore. You're there right here, there's another right there.
So many individual
things
videos.
Just seem a little more fair. It's a battle of wills. It's a battle of fire. It's a battle of strength and your heart's desire. Get ready for the fight, the clashing of swords. This is ours, this is ours. Ready, aim, fire, take the shot. Make one last jab, kick it up a notch. This is our fight, this is our war. Our chance to reclaim what's ours. This is our Manberg. This is our Manberg. This is our Manberg. Our Manberg. This is our Manberg. This is our Manberg. This is our Manberg. Our chance to take our Manberg. This is our Manberg. This is our desire. This is our desire. This is ours. This is ours. This is our desire. This is our desire. This is our desire. This is ours. This is ours. This is our desire. This is our desire. This is ours. This is ours.
I like that. Okay. I should probably mention like all of the differences that from the original version. So first and foremost, it's faster. Secondly, there's new instrumentation. But lastly, there's new parts. This is our Manberg. This is our Manberg. So we pray, we learn, we gather what we need. We stumble and we tweak, we repair, we repeat. This isn't much different. Spirit can't be beat. And even as the fires rage, a Manberg takes a stand. A Schlatt attacks, dream at his command. The trick is in believing in ourselves and our men. And again, and again. It's a battle of wills, it's a battle of fire. It's a battle of strength and your hearts. This is our war, our chance to reclaim what's ours. This is our Manberg.
This is Arla Manberg.
So
This
you can't
is
see it.
Arla Manberg. Arla Manberg.
So Fundy and Eric finally get like a moment. They get to join in here, which they didn't do in the original, and they add in a third harmony, which is that this is Arla Manberg, this is Arla Manberg. So they add that in.
Arla Manberg. This is Arla Manberg. Arla Manberg.
Stop it.
Arla Manberg. I see history repeat.
Won't repeat.
A revolution can always have a spy on the inside. I have no idea where they stand. Count on it's gonna be a blowout. It's gonna be a bore. Giving shot a chance isn't too much of a chore. You're neither right here, so neither right there, and things just seem a little more fair. It's a battle of wills. It's a battle of fire.
All right, so what's different there? A lot. There is a lot different. So originally you had the dream, I see history repeat. A revolution waged by men who have no idea where they stand. It's gonna be a blowout. It's gonna be a bore. You have that original part. Then I added some stuff. So you have George and Sapnap both doing harmonies. But then you have this little number. I see history repeat.
It won't repeat.
A revolution
You can always have a spy on the inside.
You have no idea. So that both, it won't repeat. That's Eric. You can always have a spy on the inside. That's Fundy.
Where they stand,
you can count on
it's gonna
me.
be a blowout. It's gonna be a bore. Giving
Burning
shot a chance isn't too much of a chore.
burning your
Some nether right here,
family.
some nether right
That's a
there,
good line.
and things
Heavy
just
is
seem
the
a little
hand
more
that
fair.
wears
It's
the
a battle of wills. It's a battle of fire. It's a
And then we get back into like what everything else is, and it starts building again. So those are some differences from the original that I haven't shown before.
nether right there, and things just seem a little more fair. It's a battle of wills. It's a battle of fire. It's a battle of strength and your heart's desire. Get ready for the fight, the clashing of swords. This is ours. This is ours. Ready, aim, fire. Take the shots. Make one last jab. Kick it up a notch. This is our fight. Your right hand better. We could have been so much better. You could have treated your right
Quackity.
hand better. We could have been so much better. You could have treated your right hand better. This is our war. Our chance
And
to
then
reclaim
this.
what's up. This is Arla Manberg.
starts
This
down
is Arla Manberg.
He makes this
This
right
is Arla Manberg. Arla Manberg. This is Arla Manberg. This is Arla Manberg. This is Arla Manberg. Our chance to take Arla Manberg. This is Arla Manberg. It's about the strength of your heart desire. Get ready for the fight. Take up the sword. This is ours. This is ours. Down with the government.
This is new.
Down with Schlatt. Down with the government. Down with Schlatt.
This is actually more of a
Down with the
techno thing.
government, down with Schlatt. This is ours. This is ours. Let's go to war.
Nikki's desk hand has changed.
Let's go to war. This is ours. This is ours. This is ours. This is ours. This is our fire. It's about the strength of your heart's desire. This is ours. This is ours. This is ours. This is ours. This is my members. Never say my This is my members. Never my Manberg.
And then this is the really new thing.
You could have treated me so much better than that.
I wanted Quackity to have like some kind of final say. I think that it's really poetic. So you have this, you could have treated me so much better than that. I'd have to, if I were going to ever release it, I'd re-record all of the vocals because these are all just demo vocals. I haven't actually changed any of them. I have to produce the rest of it first though, which I have the percussion. Obviously, the percussion is there. But I haven't done anything else really with it. Like you've got like the middle portion with the dream. I see, like he's got that, but there's really not much else going for it. Which is why it's very much a WIP. But I may just work on it just for fun for a little bit. Because personally, I enjoy it. It's a fun. Will I ever release it? Probably not. I have no reason to. I don't know, maybe one day. I've thought about it. I really have thought about doing, about re-releasing this one, but I don't know. I don't know if I ever would. So let's have some fun, shall we? I don't really feel like messing with this down here right now. So let's do track with duplicate settings. Let's do something new. Yeah. I like this being an acapella opening. I'm going to keep it that way, I think.
You may think we're down. You
Keep
may
it
think
a
we're
cappella for
out
now.
of the fight. You may think the armor's not enough. You may think we're not in the right. But even as the flag goes up and people pick a side, his or ours, are you willing to die? The proof is in the spirit, in the heart, in the soul. Are you ready?
Ready to go. Okay. If I start like singing along like randomly, it's because I'm a nerd. Let's test this, shall we? Window. Open. Musical typing. I don't think that's gonna work. Do you? I don't. Mm-mm. I like that. That's fun. That's a lot of fun. That's really fun. I like that. I like that. Let's see let's see how this works.
You may think we're down. You may think we're out of the fight. You may think the armor's not enough. You may think we're not in the right. But even as the flag goes up and people pick a side, his or ours, are you willing to die? The proof is in the spirit, in the heart, in the soul. Are you ready? Ready to go. It's a battle of wills, it's a battle of fire, it's a battle of strength and your heart's desire. Get ready for the fight, pick up your sword. This is ours, this is ours.
Oh, I know what this was now. How much do you want to bet?
Battle of wills, it's a... Are you ready?
How much
Ready
do you
to
wanna bet?
go. It's a battle of wills, it's a battle of fire, it's a battle of strength and your heart's desire. Get ready for the fight, pick up your sword. This is ours, this is ours. Ready, aim, fire, take
There we
the
go.
shot. Make one last shot, kick it up a notch. This is our fight, this is our war, our chance to reclaim what's ours. This is our Manberg, this is our Manberg, this is our Manberg. We pray, we learn, we gather what we need. We stumble and we tweak, we repair, we repeat. Puctopia's spirit can't be beat. And even as the fires rage, Manberg takes a stand. A Schlatt attacks, dream at his command. The trick is in believing in ourselves, in our men. And again, and again.
Hey, Haru.
It's a battle of wills, it's a battle of fire, it's a battle of strength and your heart's desire. Get ready for the fight, sharpen your sword. This is ours, this is ours. Ready, aim, fire, take the shot.
I
Make
like
one last shot, kick it up a notch. This is our fight, this is our war, our chance to reclaim what's ours. This is our Manberg, this is our Manberg, this is our Manberg, our Manberg.
Uh-oh. I think I just caused the spinny wheel of doom. System overload. Yep, that sounds about right.
Our Manberg. I see history repeat. A rebel can always have a spy on the inside. No idea where they stand. Count on me. A blowout. It's gonna gonna be a bore. Giving shot a check doesn't too much of a chore. And you're fair right here, so nether right there. And things just seem a little more fair. It's a battle of wills, it's a battle of fire. It's a battle of strength and your heart's desire. Get ready for the fight, the clashing of swords. This is ours, this is ours. Ready, aim, fire, take the shot. Make one last jab, kick it up a notch. This is our fight, this is our war. Our chance to reclaim what's ours. This
Pause it.
nether right there, and things just seem.
Nope. Oh no, I can't do that, can I? Then let's write. Let's do this. Let's see if I can do. That'll work.
There, and things just seem a little more fair. It's a battle of wills, it's a battle of fire. It's a battle of strength and your heart's desire. Get ready for the fight, the clashing of swords. This is ours, this is ours. Ready, aim, fire, take the shot. Make one last jab, kick it up a notch. This is our fight, this is our war. Our chance to reclaim what's ours. This is our Manberg. This is our Manberg.
That's why. Okay, let's see if I can hear it now. I don't want to have to mute everything else, but I can. Actually, solo these. Boop. That failed. Let's try this. Ah, that's why. It's too low. Okay. Nope. I just want... Ugh. I'm so much better at this usually. Yeah, I know there's no event selected. Thanks for your help. These have to work well. Okay, cool. They do. I'm going to delete that. And what we're going to do now, so I don't have to keep typing the same thing over and over and over again, which will get frustrating very quickly for me. I'm just doing that. Actually, I should probably make this easier on myself and go down that way. There we go. Problem. I see what the issue is. I'm a dummy. Boop. Let's see if that works a little bit better. It does. I'm smart. I am very smart. Okay. That works a lot better. And now we go back to here. Either way, that's what I need it to be. Okay. Now I'm going to have the cellos doubling the basses because the cellos and the basses work really well. Oh wait, did I just delete? I did. Undo delete. I'm a dummy. This happens more often than you might think. That would be a problem, actually. That is a major problem. So basically what this thing is telling me is that there is no good way. Ugh. Lies. Lies and slander. Okay. Basically what this thing is telling me is that there is no good way to do this. That is incredibly unfortunate. I don't want to cut off. How do I fix this? I think what I'd have to do, Control C, Control V, and here's how I'm going to do this. I'm going to cut off the beginning. Just shoop. Nope. Stop. There we go. And then this just moves over here. And we're free to do that. Aren't I a genius? Don't answer that. Alright. See, the issue now is that there's too much space between. So what we do, boop that down, which then boops down all the rest of them. It makes my life a lot easier, actually. Let's have some fun with this now.
I'm actually really simple in how I do my orchestrations. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Undo create track. No, wait. I just effed myself over. Redo create track. Okay. That was so smart of me, Ferno. So smart of you. So proud. So proud that you would do that. Okay. Cool. This will work, I think. Okay. I may switch it to velocity switch later. That worked well. Really? Evil. Stop it. Aha. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. Fun. Okay, I have an idea. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, I'm used to the 1, 2, 3, 4 fixes from earlier. I can't make my mind up. Ba-da, ba-da.
that sounds. So I'm going to take that and boop it right along. Violins. Yeah. You are seeing the internals of Furno's brain, and it is not always pretty and glamorous how I do this. But I have fun with it. Boop ba doop ba doop. Hmm. I want to use that rhythm, but I don't know if I can here. Oh, I never changed the instrument, did I? Ba-dum-ba-ba-dum. One, two, three, one, two, three, one, two, one, two, three, one, two, three, one, two. Be easier if I just created a MIDI region and tried it from there. Nope, stay. Hey, hello, hello, thank you. One. That's why. That works, but I don't want that kind of sound out of it is the issue. So, why is it doing this to me? Thank you. Now, if you could show me the entire thing, my life would be very happy. There we go. Staccato. Aha, I like that. Now, what we can do, because it's easier. Edit, undo, paste. I screwed that up. Okay, let's do this. Control C, Control V. Ah, undo movements. Okay, let's see if this works. And come on. Ugh, not my favorite thing to be doing, but okay, here we go. See how this sounds. There we go. There we go. Yes, Nikki's in the song. Florna is in ultra focus mode. I kind of forgot that I was streaming for a second. I've done plenty of work on that tonight, I think. We should start a debate in chat. Okay, I can still see you. Thank you very much. I just may not be paying as much attention to you as I should be. But y'all are a good chat. You haven't done anything stupid. All right, I will actually say, though, it is like 8:47. I started streaming 3 hours ago. Whoops. My coffee or texting. So I am going to go to bed. All of you in the UK, go to sleep. What are you all doing awake? Except for Day. Day is my girlfriend. Therefore, I'm happy she's awake. But like the rest of you, like go to bed. But yeah, it's been like 3 hours. I've been streaming, and I really haven't paid attention or noticed to the fact that it's 3 hours. I actually think that this is one of the best streams I've ever done, which is rather silly to say, but Day is not exempt. Day is exempt because she's my girlfriend. Ha. Love you, babe. All right, anyways, I am going to head out. This has been a lot of fun, and I am going to go to probably gonna go read fanfic or watch television. Bye, guys. I will remember the mug. All right. Bye, everyone. No, wait.